course, it's me, George Hickman, back with us. And we have the Lethwei World Champion, the man, the savage, Dave Leduc. What's going on? The king.
Hey guys, nice.
The king of Lethwei, Dave
Nice to
Leduc.
be
What's
here.
going on, man?
Really happy to be with you guys.
Thanks.
And we also got Andrew Wood, aka Woody, Tiger Muay Thai head strength and conditioning coach, Visvirus Athletics.
What's up? I just rolled around for a quick glass of vino, and here we are.
That's how we roll. That's how it goes. But Dave, what have you been doing lately? You've been like bouncing around a lot. I've seen you everywhere. Like I seen you in like Myanmar, and then you're in. I think I saw that you're in Russia. I think and in Canada. Yeah. What's been going on with you? World tour.
The drug cartel brings me everywhere. So no, it's just it was after my last fight in Myanmar. I went to visit my wife's basically my wife's roots, the family in Moldova and like in Ukraine and Russia. So that was a nice trip. And we just came back from Myanmar to talk with the promoters there. There's a lot of big things happening for Lethwei. It's crazy.
Now, are you fighting for two different Lethwei promotions, or is it just the Myanmar Lethwei World Championships?
Yeah, so there's the Myanmar Lethwei World Championship, which is based in Myanmar, in Yangon, and since last year there was the International Lethwei Federation in Japan, which has completely caught fire this year. So yeah, basically two promotion, one in Tokyo and one in Myanmar, but they're working together to bring the best show possible, and the fighters like jump around from both shows.
Let's go into the Myanmar Lethwei World Championship first. Now, you are the champion over there. Like, explain to us, because a lot of people don't really know what Lethwei is, except for like they've seen a little bit of clips online. Can you give us like a little bit of background of Lethwei?
Yeah, for those who don't know by now, they should like get off from under the rock, because it's like everywhere right now. But yeah, the background is it's pretty simple. It's been there for centuries, for a very, very long time. But it's been a bit like I don't know how to say it like my French accent, but it was a bit like closed up on itself, because the country Myanmar was closed for many years, and they recently switched to democracy now. So now they're open the borders, tourism. It's like it's crazy, and the sport obviously helps a lot into the country's visibility. And I was just very blessed, very grateful to be there in such a big time into the country's like growth. So yeah, Lethwei is the art of 9 limbs. So there's like, for people that they know Lethwei, they automatically think it's the headbutts, but obviously it's the coolest thing about Lethwei is that you're allowed to do headbutts, but it's not the only thing. Definitely not the only thing. A lot of controversial rules, like if you let's say George knocks me down, I can do my 8 count, but if like I see that I might not get up, or I'm not feeling too well, I'm allowed to use a timeout for 2 minutes whenever during the fight until the 5th round. You're not allowed to use it on the 5th round, and that basically gives you time to recuperate, and go back to the ring. But that's only one time for each corner. I'm touching wood right now. I never had to use it yet. There's a lot of things, so yeah. So this, and the fact that you're bare-knuckle, and that there's no scoring system, and for me that's the one that touches my heart the most. You still there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hate it. I hate so much when there's like decisions in any sports. I come from a Jeet Kune Do backgrounds, like modified Wing Chun. So it's Sandad, Sanshus, which is like a bit, fish hooks, eye gouging. I love that shit to be ready for the street fight. George and Woody love that too. I know at the reggae bar, but no, it's. It's something that really resonated for me. I've been fighting Muay Thai for a long time, and then when I got the call to go to Myanmar to fight Lethwei, I was like, that's what I want to do. And the only way to win is by knockout. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can do kicks, you can do like sunshine moves. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's who like scores that knockout first. Actually, not only one. You have to knock out your guy twice, because most people are going to use that timeout to they don't want to lose. So basically to win, you have to knock your guy twice.
Yeah, if you're into combat sports, man, that is like a sport that is for real the combat sport of combat sports. If you really watch it and kind of like dissect it and see, like, you really have to fuck the dude up really bad to win, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you don't, it's a draw. Now, when there's a draw, do they like give you guys immediate rematches, or is it like you guys have a draw and you just move on?
Very good question. So no, obviously, it's fun when it's more fun when there's the KO for myself. The fans seems to really like, the heart and the blood doesn't really matter. They want to see two warrior fight. But yeah, good question. For the when there's a draw, usually there is a rematch, but like for my case, like last fight, for example, I fought with American fighter Cyrus Washington, and it was funny, like he didn't touch me once. I was ready for a photo shoot after the fight, and after the fight, he's like, Dave, stop talking shit about me. I'm like, or what? What are you gonna do in the ring? It was anyway. Just to say, no, I respect. He's fought like really. He's fought all over the world, but with all the great fighter, Nikki Holston, Yi Long, all the China. Like he really he's been around, but he didn't do nothing at all to impress me. And so basically, he asked for a rematch, which I don't know why, because he had a Grand Canyon cut on his face, but. They didn't give it to him because they're like, no, there's no need for rematch. It was complete domination. So there's some cases like that like when there's no show, they don't accept the rematch.
I heard that when you become such a big star in Myanmar, and you're not Burmese, so it's kind of like a situation where you are not Burmese. You become this huge star in their martial art and become at the same time an ambassador for them for the sport. How does that feel, being the ambassador? Great
question. Actually, I am Burmese. I have a Burmese name now.
Oh.
They gave me. I'm not Burmese. But I'm saying like they gave me my name is Dewa in Burmese. So no, they really accepted me very well, and I'm very, very blessed and grateful for that. Because like I said, they were closed for many years, and like last week we were in Myanmar, and I met the Ministry of Sport and Health in Myanmar, which is a big deal for them, and it was very very nice place, very nice moment. And I was told that it was the first time a foreigner was ever awarded a prize outside of, like, usually it's only Burmese people. So I was very touched by that. So how is, like, basically if you to answer your question is, how is it? It's very it's like every day is a new. I don't know how to do it because it's like never been done for that country. So I'm trying to just be as respectful and as polite as I can, while also bring a new light to the sport, because they need like a show. It was very on itself, really on itself. Now isolated. Thank you. So now I had to like bring it to the world, and I'm really trying hard to make it as big as possible, which I'm pretty proud of where it's at right now.
George, you've been around Dave a lot, like him being like a Lethwei fighter. Like, how do other fighters react to him when they meet him and they're like, hey, this guy, he's the world champion at Lethwei? Like, I
think people are like pretty keen to meet Dave because he's been training here, I don't know, Tiger, 3-4 years, Dave?
Yeah.
And at first, like he said, it was just Muay Thai. And in the last, I guess, year and a half or two, it's been Lethwei. And I think when people come now, and for me, and literally like the last like 6 to 8 months, I think it's really he's made a huge impact on on that sport, you know, because now you see Muay Thai Authority and like all these big websites from Muay Thai sharing Dave's stuff. And now he does, you know, every week he has like a Technique Tuesday where he does, you know, he gets somebody from MMA or Muay Thai or boxing or something to show something and then incorporates Lethwei rules and stuff. And I think it's really big. But I think when people meet him, you know, like people know who he is. He's not just like some other like random Falang training Muay Thai in Thailand. You know, he's leading the way in Lethwei. And I think it's like all the interaction and stuff now online, it's showing. Like if you look at a post that he puts up and then you read the comments, there's, you know, tons and tons and tons of comments from, you know, from people from Myanmar, like the Burmese people commenting on it. It's pretty cool to see. So, yeah.
Woody, I'll give you your money later, George. I'll give you the $20 later. Thank you.
Woody, how did you react when you first saw Dave trading? Like when you first got to Tiger and you saw him training, what did you think?
Well, Dave came, maybe 2014, was it, Dave?
Yeah.
The first time, and he was training, and then I remember he did a video where he went round and he asked different people to hit him in the stomach.
Yes.
And that was the first like kind of experience of Dave that I had, and he was taking punches left, right, and centre off like big names, like he had Roger Puerta punching him, and then he finished off with a big body kick from Lamsenkrom, who
that was tough.
It's no easy feat to take that kick, and that was kind of my first experience of Dave. And then obviously he came back, and obviously we got to know each other a lot better, and yeah, and like George said, he began leading the way in Lethwei, and it's great because it's now opened the doors to some of the other guys experiencing those fights as well. You know, They had Victor fighting, another guy, Victor from Brazil, fighting on the show, and Monica. So we had a girl fighting on the show, and that's all down to Dave and his contacts over there. So it's great. It's great for those guys to kind of experience it and get stuck into a new sport. Well, essentially a new sport for them, you know.
Yeah.
Dave, like I was saying earlier about like you being an ambassador, like for real, I legitimately believe that you are an ambassador because before you, I did not know Lethwei it existed or, you know, anything before I saw a video of you fighting. So like you were the introduction to even me, and I watched fucking everything. Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, like it's cool to talk to you because, you know, you're kind of creating the second like history of Lethwei. You know what I'm talking about? Like spreading.
Yeah, of course. I think like I see it as a new era of striking sport because I feel like it's the ultimate striking sport, and like if somebody wants to you know, test their limits, I think it's the place to do it in the Lethwei ring because everything goes, and you know, like you know, even like Rory MacDonald said that he wants the headbutts to go back to MMA, you know, like your old school rules. I think everybody likes that. I like the rawness. It's like, you know, like gladiator style, but like modern days. On another note, I think that I would love him to put his money where his mouth is and like get a clearance from his Bellator contract, and let's meet in the ring and with headbutts for real. Because I think a lot of people they say, oh, it's cool, but like I would do it. But when it's actually time to step in the ring and wrap your hands up and don't have gloves and go there with everything goes, it's a different story. So. And that's what we're like right now. I feel like that's where we're at. It's the time, like what he said. I'm really happy that there's other people coming to the sport. At first, I was very protective of it. I'll be honest. I was very protective. I'm like, I'm the only white guy fighting there. But you know, and no, it's true. I'm honest. But like, I was speaking with my wife, and you know, it's important. It was important that you know. Other people, other foreigners fight in that sport because that's what's gonna, you know, that's gonna contribute to the height of the sport. You see, so I'm very, very happy to see that, you know, Victor Nunez who fought Sanchai and Monica, another girl. Like it's crazy what's happening right now.
I watched that whole event live, and
you did, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like. For me, it gave me like a whole, like, you know, I've seen all the videos that Dave, like all of his highlights of his fights. But to watch it live, like, cause they live streamed it and whatnot, and to like see them in the corner and then to hear the stories, like when they came back, man, it's like a whole new respect for them, like to know how hard it was, you know, to do that fight, because let's be honest, every time you go out there, like it's no easy task, you know, like imagine getting rocked in MMA. It's just like you're rocked, you either get knocked out or the ref stops it, and that is just you just keep cracking on. And it's man, it's the respect that I have for, you know, the people, the men and women that do that is you know, after watching that event live and like seeing like the people in the corner and hearing the music and the whole thing, like I can't wait to go to one live. But it's like a whole newfound respect for, you know, for Dave and everyone else who does it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like Dave, you like, we were just talking about it at dinner with a few of the guys. Just it came up because we were talking about obviously Lethwei Tuesday, and we were kind of, and I said, I did something with Dave today. And, like, talk about respect, man. You definitely have it. Like, you are a badass dude in terms of like you went across there, you took your missus to carry your bucket for you.
Fucking hell.
Zero fucks. Went in there and just fucked people up, like, and just zero fucks. And mate, that's you know, and the good thing about it is, mate, is obviously you're a very humble guy, you're a nice guy, and like obviously a true martial artist. So for you to just to go over there and, you know, you see it as an event, you got to go in, you get shit done, and then you're out. It doesn't matter who's there with you or whatever. And obviously you wanted your wife there with you. It's pretty badass, mate.
Thank you. I had goosebumps. So you were talking about it for real. It's so close to my heart. Like, hey Frank, it's so close to my heart. Like the feeling there. So yeah, it was. At the time, like you said, you know, we didn't have like, you know, the videographer Jeff coming and like the whole support. So like last year in 2016, we're only talking about 1 year ago. It's crazy what happened in 1 year. You know, I felt like it had to be done. I just had to jump in, go, and as you know, if we were talking about what happened, like, you know, it was very, very. I respect Tuntun Min a lot. You had 80, I think 110 fights, 86 KOs, obviously, all wins, and he's still very respected in Myanmar, and I had to really just go there and and anyway, so it was only my second Lethwei fight ever in those rules. So I had to I think that the thing that I want to thank my coach for that, and my team, like you guys and everything, is I had to adapt fast. Otherwise, it's not. Basically, I had to do what he did in 100 fights, do it in 2 fights, and so it's that's why I had goosebumps when we were talking about it. It's so. It's intense, yeah.
Bro, the respect that you've earned, you know, like you got married over there, and just how much like the people have like welcomed you is it's insane. Like like John, when they came back, like himself and Victor and Monica, when they came back from the last fights, like everyone, like Jeff, everyone that was there were just saying, like, everyone just kept calling him the king because they were like, that's how he was in Myanmar. It's pretty damn cool.
It's pretty nice.
Dave, are you have any plans of defending the golden belt anytime soon?
Yeah, actually, the golden belt is an annual. It's you say it's there's a thing. That's not sponsored, but it's not the mastermind, but like the year. It's sanctioned. That's the word I was looking for. It's sanctioned by the government. So it's not like in MMA. Or other sports, or like there's many promotion. It's like one golden belt for each weight categories. It's a national champion for each weight categories, and 80 kilogram. And because back in the days there was not a lot of big guys, it was 80 kilograms and up. I think with the New Zealand expanding, they're gonna have their first Lethwei event soon. Probably there's gonna be an addition, you know, like 100 kilograms and up for them, the big boys there. But yeah, it's once. Oh, Vino.
Yeah, Vino.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think they're gonna have other weight class when they're gonna open in New Zealand, Lethwei. But right now, it's once a year. It's called the Onglan Championship. It's in December. This year it's gonna be December 11th. Probably Woody's supposed to come to go visit Myanmar after that. But It's every year, and I'm fighting there. I don't have an opponent yet, but that's basically when I got the belt last year is what was at the Young Lion Championship in December. So we're gonna be back in December, exactly a year after winning the championship, and that's basically it feels so far yet so close because so much thing happened in a year.
Yeah, like you've accomplished a lot within a year, even, going to Japan. And how was that?
Oh yeah, so that's
Going to
another
Japan
thing.
for the first time.
That was like a dream come true. Like I played Street Fighter and all my life I played those Japanese fighting game, and it's very part of my why I like martial art a lot. And when we came to Tokyo, it was like, okay, it's the city of fighting, the country of fighting. They love K1. That's that's what pride come from. So it was pretty intense. And basically, we brought Lethwei there, and the reception of fighting fans were insane. Like we did that Kurikian Hall, which is like a mystique place there for fighting. They've been hosting like wrestling and like K1 and MMA for years. The Kurikian Hall. That was, I think, a couple thousand seats. And then this year we jumped up all the way to the Tokyo Dome City Hall, which is more and more seats. So like it's crazy right now what's happening in Tokyo. I'm supposed to fight in this next month, in a month exactly, November 15th in Tokyo again, to defend my belt.
Oh, nice.
In that fight at the Tokyo Dome City Hall,
yeah,
you dressed as the Grim Reaper. Where did that come from?
Guys, there's a sport. It was. I have my brain doesn't stop because I feel like I have to. I can't rest right now. I mean, I want to retire soon. I know you. I'll tell you about that later. But like, I want to bring the sport as high as possible in a short amount of time that I want to fight, and I think my parents-in-law, they said you should dress as the Det in a Russian accent. Oh, you come with the Det. I said, that's actually good. I ordered the Det costume online because there's nothing in Phuket, and we did it. And the Japanese people were crazy about it. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. The Japanese fans are awesome. They love a good show. Like
exactly.
That's the cool thing about fighting in Japan is the show. Like the fans are so respectful, and they I don't know about Lethwei, but they understand. MMA and kickboxing, obviously, and stuff. And I would assume now that it's getting big there, they understand that as well. But fighting in Japan is insane.
Have you fought in Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, nice.
On one of the New Year shows, like 3 years ago,
okay.
For Deep on the New Year show. And it was like a really, really good experience. And
nice.
I've been back to corner people, which is even better because you could hang out. But it's Japan's awesome. It's just like such a great like long heritage of fighting. So
and it's clean, it's poised, it's like a big city, but they go crazy at night. They're
that's for sure.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
5 a.m. Wood.
5 a.m. Woody.
Yeah, we that's a whole nother chapter. We can start telling stories about that.
Another podcast for that.
Yeah.
Recently you were seen online training with Nikki Holskin, right? And a lot of people were like, "Who's this guy?" That did not know about Lethwei. They're like, "Who's this guy training with Nikki Holskin, teaching him headbutts and doing all these different new skills, new techniques?" People kind of how did people react to that?
I don't know. I feel like people were like, it's pretty cool. I told Nikki, I said, you should headbutt Cedric next time you fight him. And he's like, yeah. But I think he liked it. I think he was really receptive to it. And he was like, he's a martial artist. He wanted to learn everything about it. But I think people were like, it brought like the K1 fans to like, okay, there's that new fighting sport that's there, and it's like killing it, and it's like attracting the attention of everyone. Yeah, I think they loved it. I think it was cool. We didn't have a lot of time though, but yeah.
Yeah, you fought like MMA, Muay Thai, and now you're moving to Lethwei. Like the glove situation. You fought with the big gloves, you fought with the MMA gloves, now you're fighting with the hand wraps. Now, with the hand wraps, do you feel like it is a better for fighting? Like protecting your hands and stuff like that?
Good question. We tested actually today. We did a video with Jake. Jake, he's a big boy, and he punched me with the gloves, the small gloves, and nothing at all. To be honest, I didn't feel nothing with the boxing glove, but then with the MMA glove, he got me with a nice hook right on the diaphragm, and I felt like the pressure of that. He's a big boy as well, and but like I didn't feel like the penetration as much as when he did it with bare-knuckle. And I know that like if you I don't, to answer your question, like basically if you get one good stiff jab in Lethwei early, like you can see blood right away, and that's what like I light up. I like a shark. I like to see blood, and like it gives me like, okay, it's happening. So I feel like in Lethwei the blood like draws really faster. Of course, if you you can have elbows in Muay Thai as well, but like it's a different game when you can cut the guy with one jab. It's I feel like there's not really like my hands are all fucked up. Like even when like I have wraps, it's basically it's just gauze and tape, so it doesn't do much. It's just like maybe to prevent that you like scrape all your hands on his teeth or something. But it's you feel everything. It's bone to bone, and you see blood right away. I don't know if it answers your question.
Do you get less injured, like your hands, compared to like when you fought with gloves?
Oh, way more. Like I didn't have nothing when I fought Muay Thai, and in Lethwei it's really like I need to put in the ice bucket after the fight.
So all that shit that Joe Rogan was talking about, like
what did he say?
The fighters should fight bare knuckle in the UFC.
Is it crazy? You just put your head down a little bit, and when like you'll see if he wants to punch my crown of the head right here. Like it's the hardest part of your head. You don't have to block the punch. You can just put down a bit. And guys, you don't want to hit a head. And even in street fight, I don't suggest it. I suggest like Basrutan style with the palm strike. It's so dangerous. You can break your hand. It's full of small bones in the hand. I feel like that's why I choose my shot as most as possible. Like I'm not the most active fighter. I respect a lot of my friend Brad Riddell. He's really, really nice combination. I really like his style. But even him told me, he's like, Dave, if I fight Lethwei, I'm going to break my hands. You can't throw as much like that in boxing or I don't know if you follow me, guys.
Mm-hmm. Now with let's talk a little bit about your history. Like when you were younger, because you're still fucking young, man. Like you're only 25 years old, right?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, that's.
It's young for you. It's not that young.
25 with the world in the palm of his hand.
Exactly. The whole, he got the country behind him. He's got Lethwei. He's,
he's stunned. He's Myanmar mafia. He's Burmese mafia. Bro.
But I was reading that you used to play baseball.
Yes, I love baseball. I'm like American at heart for that. I was a pitcher. Loved it.
They have baseball in Canada?
Yeah, it's not as popular as soccer, and like stuff like that. But yeah, I actually played in Pennsylvania and like New Hampshire and like these places. New York. I had to move because it's not that popular. All their baseball fields in Canada are being transformed into soccer. Fucking guys.
Now, like, what happened with the baseball situation? Like, I never read like what it, materialized with that.
Yeah, it's not much to talk about. Basically, I was around 18, and like I think I fell in love with martial arts again because I was doing jiu-jitsu, not Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I was doing Japanese jiu-jitsu. Like a bit more technique style, standing up technique style, no grappling there at that time, and I stopped to play baseball. And then when I came around 17, 18, it was, the going out, starting to go out and and as well, my friend, he said, let's come to this. Let's do some like, you want to punch each other in the face? I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like that. And it was the cool thing to do as well at the time. It was cooler, definitely cooler than baseball. So the story goes like that.
Oh, definitely. Like, look at what you have done since then. That's
yeah. But it was always inside of me too. Like I like grapple with my friends and my dad a lot. I love fighting. I think it's in our blood. But yeah, I wish it would have happened a bit earlier. But 17. I started training at 17. But again, I think I read a lot about it's good to start late because you don't get as like maybe as bad in your head and stuff like that. I don't know if you agree, George.
Yeah, I would agree for sure. Well, I was just gonna say that don't sleep on Dave because he's got all the tools in every combat sport, because sometimes he comes to sparring, MMA sparring. And I usually say, like, hey, whoever it is, whether it's him or Brad or, well, not so much Brad anymore because he fight. Well, not even Dave, because now I know. But I remember, like, shouting, hey, if you go with Dave, only stand up, no takedowns. And then I looked over and some guy from Russia who was a complete idiot had taken him down. And then the next thing I know, Dave slapped a triangle on him, and the guy was, like, had to tap. So it was pretty cool to witness.
Oh, what happened?
Dave.
Hello, guys.
Hey, phone died?
Yes, guys. I'm sorry. If I died. God, fuck.
It's all good.
Are we? What did I miss? Can we edit that, or it's all gonna be online?
I'll just edit it. It's all good.
Okay.
But
perfect.
I want to ask you one last question before I let you go. Right?
Yes.
Is like, in the world of combat sports, who do you want to bring, since you're the ambassador of Lethwei, who do you want to bring to the sport and fight in your arena?
Really good question. I don't have a name in mind at all right now because I'm like so focused on like other stuff about the country as well. Like they takes a lot of my time, so I'm basically letting the promoters, find me opponents. Because the thing is, it's a thing to name somebody, but it's another thing to get them to fight. They're working right now on a guy. I think he's based in, he's Japanese MMA guy, and so I think that's the next guy. I think he's like 7-4 in MMA in Japan. But again, like his record, he got robbed a little bit because it's Japan. he fucked some guy up, and but I think he's very aggressive, and I think it would be a good matchup. We'll see what like right now. If you just you talk about hypothetically, I don't know. I would like to fight
Rory MacDonald
just because of his, like, I feel like he's a phony. I feel like he's a liar. I know he fought a good war. I don't follow MMA that much. I think he fought a good war like this, but fuck, if you want to fight with headbutt, let's do it. I don't like talking. I like, let's do this. So I don't know. I only saw one fight of him, and it's the fight that he was all bloody with that bald head guy. So that was a cool fight. He dropped with, yeah, exactly, Lawler, exactly. So what I saw was a good war, but he lost at the end with a big punch on the knee, on the nose. So I don't know. I think I have the tools to beat him in the striking game, no problem. So, but again, I don't think it's gonna happen. We'll see. He's an MMA guy.
So you think you could repeat history with that kind of fight?
Repeat history. Say again.
You could repeat history, like take him out, make him bloody, make him give.
Yeah,
up.
but I mean, to repeat history, that would mean that I would have to be bloody as well. I don't think I would be bloody.
Well, we just had some technical difficulties, but we're back now. It was good having Dave, the king of Lethwei, talking with us. We'll probably have him back on again eventually, because there's a lot to talk about with him, man. He fought in prison fights.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
an OG. He's done like the most OG striking sports there are, bro.
Serious, like he's only 25 years old too, but he's done so much in that short period of time. It's crazy.
He's literally like, man, he's got like, I saw something on his Facebook the other day. There's like a movie coming out or something about him. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something it's on his Facebook page or his fan page or something, man. He's got a lot of things going on. Like he literally is like smashing it up right now in the Lethwei world. Like literally, like we keep saying, like, he's leading the way, but he really is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. He needs to get North America popping off with the Lethwei.
It'd be huge,
bro. Like fight sports like that are really coming to the front. Like back home in the UK now, bare knuckle boxing's becoming mainstream again. They used to organize these in like fields. They used to call it like field rage or something, and they'd have fights there, and it was organized. It was all very secret and underground. But now they've managed to promote it, and now it's becoming like televised and shit. And like they're going to big arenas. They were in the O2 in London, and they were up in Liverpool at the Echo Arena and stuff like that. And it's, you know, fight sports like that, it's becoming like big because I think people like the rawness of it. You know, with the bare knuckle. And,
yeah, it's like the UFC,
yeah.
You know, a decade and a half ago or however long it was ago. You know, it was like something. I mean, I remember like I can't sit here and be like, oh, it was, you know, at UFC's da 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 that I watched. Like, I remember being in the video store wanting to rent like the VHS or the DVD, whatever it was, because I don't even remember. And my dad just being like, no. But then, you know, eventually finding out. But it's becoming so big. But like back then, like I remember like seeing it and being like, man, I want to see what this is about. Because I remember I saw a guy in wrestling shoes is why I like, you know, why I liked it. And I remember being in like 12th grade in high school and like starting to watch it a bit and be like, oh, I love Mark Curry, you know, because he wore wrestling shoes and was a, you know, a former wrestler and stuff like that. But yeah.
Hey, did you guys see that documentary about the bare knuckle boxing and the families?
Yeah, we watched it the other night.
Watched it the other
What's
night.
it called?
Knuckle.
Knuckle. Yeah, that's a crazy ass documentary, right?
Yeah, it's about the travelers, about the gypsies.
And it breaks down the whole history of the families and shit.
It's so crazy.
It's
because Woody was like telling sad stories the whole time we were watching it, like talking about it and stuff. But think about those fight purses for like some guy that just went into the gym for, you know, a month or whatever to get ready for the fight. Like it's
they're like 50, 60 grand. For one fight. But the one fight, the one towards the end of the show, went on for like an hour and 20 minutes. Just imagine throwing down for, I know it's not full on all the time, it's movement, but an hour and 20 minutes, bare knuckle fighting. It's insane. It's insane.
That is, because the documentary is an hour and 20 minutes probably, man. You just sat there.
A 15, bro, think about a street fight. Like a minute long street fight is a long street fight.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, a lot of things happen. In MMA, like 15 minutes is a long time. I can't imagine fighting and dancing around for an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes. That's insane.
Like even
how long are those Lethwei fights?
5 rounds.
Yeah.
I think 5 rounds. I don't remember the exact rules. Just put it this way. I sparred 3 like 4-minute rounds today, and my lungs almost came out on the first round. So that tells you how good a shape I'm in.
Well, you know, you're in pretty good shape, though. Aren't you?
No. I just got good genes, apparently. I get called Dad Bod now by Mallory.
No way.
Bro, yes.
Then what does that make me? Grandpa Bod?
All I know is I got up at 7:15 a.m. this morning. I worked out with the big fella, smashed jiu-jitsu, and I sparred 4 rounds. So that's a damn good day's work.
Man, that bare knuckle boxing and Lethwei and all those that's just fucking crazy, man. That's pretty much like, you remember when you were in high school? I don't know if you guys lived like this in high school, but remember when like you're in high school and you hear about 2 dudes or 2 girls that are gonna fight after school?
Yeah.
And that whole day you're just like, oh, it's gonna happen.
Everyone's psyched for it. Psyched.
Yeah. I think that's how.
Have you heard they're gonna fight? Especially if it's usually like the 2 hard guys or whatever, or the 2 hard girls. It's so.
And then you're gonna be behind like the Safeway or the fucking whatever supermarket that you have, and everybody drives over there, and then they're waiting. One person shows up. It's funny, man, to think about that. That's how it happened, and it's probably like the bare knuckle boxing is basically the same way when they were fighting in the fields.
Like I've watched some of them now, because obviously they're all in the ring now, and it's refereed and whatever else. It was refereed as well even in the fields. But it's funny, the ring was hay bales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was fucking quality.
I think Melvin Gillard or somebody.
He fights on it. Yeah, no, he fights on it. Melvin Gillard fights on it.
He got beat, right?
Fight. Yeah, he got beat twice by the same bloke. Some Irish bloke. Yeah.
Isn't his name like Bobby Gunn or something like that? The guy that fights over there.
Oh, there's a documentary, some American that went over there and I think lost to some English lad.
Yeah, to be honest, the Brits, the Irish especially, are leading the way kind of with that sort of stuff. But these guys are training like boxers. You know, some of them now are coming in like it's growing that big. That some of them have had like an awesome amateur career, and now they're coming in and they're just taking the bare knuckle stuff, because obviously it becomes good money. I don't know how much they're getting paid, but they're attracting people from the US and places like that. So it must be half decent.
But I'm a type of guy that, you know, it's all good. Like these guys are coming in and doing the bare knuckle, but I like the lure of like the guy that's fucking drunk. He doesn't fucking train. He just comes in like from the bar and just steps into the rig and goes fucking 30 minutes head-to-head combat.
That's why I always, my favorite fighter was always Chuck Liddell, because he always looked that way. Chuck Liddell always looked that way, didn't he? Like he gives zero fucks. He trained, obviously he did, but he was just a hard man, and you could tell he enjoyed a beer as well at the weekends. And it was like, you know, it's weird that you have respect for people like that. Like they obviously they take the training seriously, but they also like a beer and whatnot. It's funny.
It's but like Chuck, the wild man like mentality. Yeah.
Well, the first, like when you watch UFC like 1 or whatever, and Tank Abbott comes in, he was just a barroom brawler, and they just brought him in and just fucking was knocking people out.
Hey, did you see? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's when MMA started progressing then, because, you know, you could be a big, tough guy like Tank, but then all of a sudden you fought like Hoist Gracie or whatever, and then that meant shit. You know, he just took you down, and then that was it. And then that kind of started the evolution, didn't it? And then
that kind of just threw the whole martial arts into it. Before it was just fighting, right? But you were talking about wrestling shoes earlier, man. Did you see the girl wearing the wrestling shoes on Ryzen?
Ryzen, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Ryzen or
Ryzen?
Ryzen.
Hey, what's up with those that commentator, man?
Yo, I saw the tweet, like, not just from you, obviously. Well, I saw a lot of your tweets, but like I saw a lot of people tweeting, like, didn't the Ryzen staff tweet something about the commentators?
Yeah. They said if you're gonna be hired by the promotion, you should probably know how to say the name of the promotion properly.
What they say?
Really?
What did they say?
That's what they said on the tweet.
Yeah, no. What was the promoter or what was the announcer saying? Like,
he was saying Risen the whole fucking show. Risen.
I think everyone says Risen. That's why I just asked you that.
No, I say Ryzen. I've been saying Ryzen the whole time. And Anthony Burchek was saying Ryzen right next to him the whole time, and this guy kept saying Risen the whole and it was just like
I don't know why. That's annoying.
And when that Mayu Yamamoto, like Kid Yamamoto's like older sister, I think that's who she is.
Yeah.
When she was stepping into the ring, and you know, she's kind of like MILF status, right? She's 43 years old, but she got a little body on her, and she doesn't look bad. But the dude was like, the commentator dude, the same dude was like saying some shit like, you know, she looks pretty good because, you know, women don't age really well. That's what he said during the commentary.
Who was the commentator?
some Cordero dude. I don't know. When they, like, in between fights, they would show both the commentators, and the background would be the ring and shit, the stadium. And that dude, he looked like a busted condom. Like he was like bald, but like it was weird. Like his head just looked like someone's condom broke and shit. And just like, I don't know.
Should never get that guy on there again.
No, but they've been fucking up on the commentary the whole time. Even the ones before, they had Joe Warren.
Yeah.
He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just talking shit. He was pretty much on a podcast.
They should hire Brian Stan.
They should, because it only happens like what, twice a year?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, and he could probably have. But there's another dude named Stuart Fulton who is in Japan, who does great commentary for Pancrase, and everybody's like pushing for him to become the commentator, but Ryzen just doesn't, you know, give a fuck. Maybe Cordero did it for free. Who knows, man? But yeah, it was weird. But did you see Rocky Martinez and LeBanner?
No, what happened with that?
Well, he submitted LeBanner, right? He submitted LeBanner, But the thing is, like, it's confusing, like, what the submission was. Because some people say it was like a neck crank. Some people say it was a scarf hold. And then Josh Barnett, who actually trained with Roki, because Roki's from Washington, where Barnett's from. And when Roki was young, he trained with, like, Josh Barnett and all those guys at AMC. And Josh Barnett,
really?
yeah, and Josh Barnett said in a tweet saying that it was a chest compression submission.
A chest compression.
Chest compression, yeah.
Fuck.
You know. But anyways, I guess that's it, man. It was a good one.
Yeah, and we'll get the big fella on.
Yeah, we'll
get
get
Woody
Woody on
everybody.
here. Woody's gonna be on here next week. Next week, Woody, or the week after?
Oh yeah, I can do next week.
Yeah, next week we got a slot open for you. We can do it next week. Woody's gonna break down all this fucking controversy with fucking all this shit.
All the people testing positive for fucking heads, everything.
Yeah. So look out for that podcast, and yeah, take care. Man, it's getting cold up here. You guys live in the lovely t-shirt weather. Huh?
It was hot as shit today.
Yeah.
Man, it's starting to become winter over here. But anyway.
That extra shirt on. What?
Oh, damn, man. This is fucking polo.
Nah, I like it. I'm joking with you. I like it. I know you were working it, but nah, I like it.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, man. Take care.
Peace.
See you, mate.